to you by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and everybody knows the guy next to me, the monstrous Shaquille O'Neal.
Wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness and she'll send the call out, send the call out, send the call out, send.
The crowd is assembled here at the Bradley Center, looking for the Bucks in downtown Milwaukee. Well, it was the Chicago Bulls winning their last game against Orlando. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Bulls. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the back. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
And you look at the Bulls, a bit of a different look for them. Trading away Dang. They amnesty Carlos Boozer. It seems they're shuffling the deck.
No question about it. They bring in the Spanish League MVP and Nikola Mirotic. They've had some good draft choices as well, so a lot of new bodies for the Bulls.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Outside Mayo, the pass tonight. Dishes it to Henson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Mayo. The step back jumper is good.
That was a beautiful fadeaway. Knocked it down with the defender right in his grill.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. What'd you find out, Doris?
I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one. He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Now, here is Knight. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
It wasn't just offense either, Kevin, and he was so disruptive defensively. I don't remember how many steals he had, but, man, he was dominant out there.
In the corner, Mayo with it. Misses off the right iron.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Butler kicks to Dunleavy. Pass to Rose. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. That's good. 6 points for Butler.
Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
O.J. Mayo in his 7th year in the NBA really just seems he's never been able to truly improve, guys, from his rookie year.
Well, yeah, if anything, last season he took a big step backwards, Kevin. I mean, with his field goal percentage, passing, his rebounding all down, I'm not sure he was in great shape either.
And the Milwaukee Bucks took a bit of a gamble on O.J. Mayo's upside with that 3-year, $24 million deal last season. The early returns, somewhat discouraging, but let's see how it plays out the rest of the way before we make a final judgment.
Rose gets the bucket.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Bucks trail by 4. Knight with it. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Sanders' shot is off. Well, Chicago's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Butler goes in. Outside Rose for the 3. Here's Noah. They get a hand on it. Knight dishes to Henson. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Now Rose. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. It goes on Brandon Knight.
Mayo's disappointing season was crystallized in a much-circulated video of him bending over to tie his shoelace while the other team went 5-on-4. He's got talent, but sequences like that have to be cause for concern.
First free throw is good.
Well, what was supposed to be the triumphant return for Derrick Rose a year ago quickly turned into another nightmare season. Finally returning from that torn ACL in the 2012 playoffs, he managed only 10 games before tearing the meniscus in his other knee. Just devastating. We obviously hope that Rose can come back and put in a full season.
Outside Butler. Mayo against Rose. He kicks to Dunley. Passes it to Noah. Left block shot on the way. Collects the two-pointer near the hoop. Noah's got his first basket.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
Mayo, the pass to Middleton. There's the dish to Knight. 14 feet away. Here's Sanders. Cannot hit. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Outside Butler. Here's Gasol. Rebound Milwaukee. Sanders has got 5 rebounds tonight. Knight kicks to Mayo. Back to Knight. Henson sets a screen for Knight. Here's Middleton. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Middleton's got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Rose dishes to Gasol. Back to Rose. Feeds it to Dunley. From downtown, there's the bucket. Good.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Now here's Mayo. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. He dishes it to Knight. Tipped away. Gasol with the steal. And here's the fast break. And there's Rose on the assist by Butler. Rose has got 5 now.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of. If you don't want your pocket picked, here are last season's steals is. You look at Butler. Opposing teams always need to know where he is on the court.
2 words for you about this guy. Fast hand. He was able to come away with the ball a lot last season. He found a way always.
Now, here is Knight. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Excellent use of the screen that time.
You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
Butler passes to Noah. And there's the feed to Rose. Pass to Gasol. Sanders with the steal. Now, here is Knight. Right wing. And Sanders kicks to Mayo. Knight against Rose. Fires for 3. That's good. And it's now only a 1-point Bulls lead.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Derrick Rose has always had an effective floater. It's a must-have shot for any point guard. He said he developed it on the playgrounds of Southside Chicago. You didn't call fouls, so you just had to find a way to get your shot off before the contact.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for John Henson. Bayless comes in for O.J. Mayo. And Nate Walters subbed in for Knight. Then for the Bulls, Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. And McDermott subbed in for Dunleavy. Here's Walters. He's covered by Rose. 6 to shoot. Good on the shot. Bayless has got his first basket of the night. And Rose working to develop his floater with, Steve, his left hand as well.
Well, you don't see many players who can make a floater with either hand. I mean, something like that with his quickness, that would be impossible to defend.
Here's Gibson, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Taj Gibson, in his 6th season now in the NBA, he's in the prime of his career at 29 years old. Last season, he upped his scoring rate and averaged double digits for the first time in his career.
And for Gibson, becoming more efficient, more free throw attempts, and a big leap, guys, in his free throw percentage. Steve cracking 70% from the line for the first time.
It was by far his best performance offensively, Kevin. He came into his own in terms of his post play, his aggressiveness. I think he just believed in his own mind and his own heart that he was now a good offensive player. And that's the case, no question.
Here's Walters. Here's Middleton. No good. That would have tied it.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
Heinrich outside. McDermott with the screen for Heinrich. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 4.
Well, he wasn't fazed at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Here's Middleton. He has 6. Missed inside.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Mirotic sets the screen for Heinrich. That's good. Heinrich's got his second basket.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Milwaukee has gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. Screened by Sanders. Middleton. And it falls over the rim and in. Middleton's got 8.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
Heinrich outside. Kicks it to Snell. And that one's good.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Bucks trail by 6. Walters dishes to Antetokounmpo. Middleton the pass to Walters. He's looking for Bayless and finds him. And another basket for Milwaukee.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Now here's Heinrich. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando. Oh, and here we go. Bayless got the fast break chance.
And very quickly here in the first quarter, pronounced advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Mirotic with it. He's against Sanders. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And the Bulls lead by 6.
He's not their first option, but not a bad fallback either.
Well, we've got a moment to look back at last year's Bulls. 5th in three-point shooting, 8th in assists, and they were in the top 10 in opponents' points per game.
And how about the spacing that we saw from this team last year, Clark? You mentioned the three-point shooting in the top 5 in terms of field goal percentage from long range. And I think it was a direct result of great unselfish play. And it helps when you can employ that inside-out game. You know, attack a team in the paint and then kick it out for that three-point shot.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Chicago leading by 6. Heinrich kicks to Mirotic. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession.
And now look at Jared Bayless, some of his numbers. Last season's performance for him. He was around 9 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And when you take his overall contributions on the whole, he's been putting up some pretty good numbers, but I think he can do more.
And, Steve, sometimes that's just part of the game, weathering periods where your stats might not show all of what you're doing on the floor.
And the Bulls, another three.
No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
Bucks trail by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. On up the court. And Heinrich gets it to go down on the assist from Mirotic. Heinrich's got his third basket of the night right there. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. And it's Bayless in the corner. Sinks the triple. Bayless has got 7 points. 6 seconds left here in the opening quarter. For 3, Heinrich. And that's not going to go. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Bulls lead by 8. And we'll get it going after this from the Bradley Center.
Next Tuesday night, November 11th, Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies. Make sure to catch it.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And on top of that, they're really starting to knock down that long-range 3-ball tonight as well. Bucks were in the cellar last year for the East, as well as the whole league. They just acted as a doormat for the rest of the conference.
Up front, it's Henson and Sanders. Walters out there with Jared Bayless, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the small forward position. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Henson sets a screen for Sanders. Henson dishes to Mayo. 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 17. The rebound by Noah.
Well, for the Bucks, it didn't help that they were in one of the tougher divisions in the Eastern Conference, but you also have to factor in the youth of that team. Still hard to accept being as bad as they were.
Now here's Butler. He had 22 points in the win against Orlando.
And he really kept his head down, was drawing contact, getting himself to the line, played an aggressive game. That was a big-time help for him and his team.
Here's Marshall after the Bulls pick up 2. The shot's good from Henson. And with the Bucks and the East, really, Steve, it was because they struggled against the rest of the conference that they ended in the cellar.
Well, no doubt that it was a rebuilding year for them last season, and will continue to be like that, but you would hope the Bucks can fight their way out of the bottom of the East this year.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, as you know, Jabari Parker taken 2nd overall by the Milwaukee Bucks. He likes the talent on the team and sees himself being a lifelong Buck. Parker said, "I feel like I'm going to be able to grow with that organization. I'm trying to be a throwback player, only stick with one team." Sounds like he could be in Milwaukee for the long haul, guys.
Yeah, good situation for him. Thanks, Doris. Now Rose. Kendall Marshall missing from long range. Rose with the ball. Now Mayo defending. And the dunk by Rose. Nice hops and determination that time. Clark to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous he is when he's got to pass to the hoop.
And you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation, they tack on 2 more points, expanding the lead in a pretty deflating way for the defense.
And Sanders kicks to Marshall. The Bucks working the ball around. Here's Antetokounmpo, defended by Dunleavy. Here's Mayo. Joakim Noah grabs the miss. Noah's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities, and that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead. Well, I think that the Bucks need to change their strategy against Rose.
He has 9 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
Yeah, he's played really well, moving the ball around, and you'd like to see the rest of the team kind of get into that same passing groove that he's in.
The Bulls have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
Now, the numbers last year for them at the line, not great. Just 73% free throw shooting as a team.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
Pau Gasol is checked in for the Bulls. Timeout called. The Bucks defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Tough game to lose, really. They actually put up a great fight, I thought. But, you know, when you're battling for a road win, even when you play hard, nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah, I think it's something they learn from, though. I mean, you have to convert the positives, even from a loss like that, into momentum for your next game. They got to take what they did well and kind of double down the efforts here tonight.
Now here's Mayo. Sanders with a screen on Butler. Over in the corner, Marshall loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Rose. 11 points in the game. Butler sets a screen for Rose. Here's Dunleavy, guarded by Mayo. Butler kicks to Rose. Drills the three-pointer. Rose has got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
And Marshall kicks to Mayo. Henson sets a screen for Mayo. He feeds it to Henson. Now the pass to Marshall. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. 5 on the clock. Chicago grabs the miss. This game against Milwaukee here, it's their first look at the Bucks.
And looking back to last year, they won this season series, as you'd probably expect.
Now here's Gasol. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Rose attacking. The kick outside to Butler. They get it back. Noah. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Shaky defense down low again. It's been a mismatch in the paint.
I'm sure they didn't go into this one expecting to get battered like they have inside.
Joakim Noah, one of the great effort players in the NBA. His energy and mobility enable him to make his impact felt all over the court.
Now, here's Marshall. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana. A 3-ball. Rebound by the Bulls. Noah's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Boy, you talk about Noah's energy and hustle. His offensive rebounding is a huge plus for their offense, and his speed in transition creates problems for the opposing big men as well.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Marshall passes to Mayo. Here's the screen. They need this. No good. So the Bulls will take it the other way. At the defensive end, Steve, Noah's a key player.
Yeah, last season's Defensive Player of the Year, Kevin. He gives you rebounds, blocks, steals, but what impresses me the most is his ability to guard on the perimeter against screen and roll. When he switches out onto point guards, he's unmatched in that category.
Here's Marshall following the score by Derrick Rose. And here is Marshall. Antetokounmpo dishes to Marshall. Gasol with the block.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
And it's Rose penetrating, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Rose has got 20 points.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
Now, here's Marshall. Some solid defense from Rose.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
Sanders against Butler. Dunleavy.
And introduced last season here at the Bradley Center, the new playing court. With the giant M's on each half of the court, it mimics details of the old pop art court they played on back in the 70s and 80s.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Still haven't seen them miss a shot from the line in this quarter, so they're doing a nice job of protecting the lead.
Well, they're cashing in from the line. I mean, they're making them pay for fouling them right now.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Knight comes in for O.J. Mayo. Trying to get back on track, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
And glide. You got to glide in and reverse it home. So sweet.
And Chicago has possession after the basket by Milwaukee. Marshall gets the bucket. And so here is Chicago, and they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
A lot of fans focused on that Philadelphia matchup. Big game for them.
Here's Dunleavy. He has 5. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Gets to the corner and buries it. Butler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Marshall with it. Pass to Middleton. He kicks to Henson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
John Henson, a 6'11" rim protector, was a beanpole coming into the league, but he's managed to bulk up over the last couple of seasons, and, you know, that's really helped him to hold his ground on the inside.
Walters, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Then for the Bulls, Mirotic is checked in for Noah. McDermott comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And it's Heinrich in for Rose. Now here's Butler. 10 points for him. Right side, Butler. Poked away and stolen by Knight. And it's the Bucks on the break. Here's Walters. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And a quick look at the year Pau Gasol had last season. 11th in blocks. And he did a lot of work on the glass, battling his way into the top 15 performers in the rebound category.
And looking back for a second at his block shots per game average, Steve, I mean, his low post defense was phenomenal. I mean, I love watching him operate down there defensively.
And he knocks down the first one.
And for Henson, offensively, best around the rim. He's tried to develop his face-up game, but he hasn't had a whole lot of success once he steps outside the paint.
And the Bucks making a change here. Bayless is checked in. Tony Snell's checked in for Chicago. Now here's Heinrich. 6 points for him. Snell kicks to McDermott. From the corner, another one falls for Chicago. And Henson Clark, an excellent offensive rebounder, reason enough to keep him close to the rim on offense.
And Kevin, I think he's really deceptive too. Even though he's right-handed, he actually prefers finishing with his left hand. I think that throws defenders off balance a bit.
The shot's good from Bayless.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Now Heinrich. Outside Gasol. Now here's Heinrich. Gasol setting the pick for Heinrich. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Heinrich's got 8 points.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
The Bulls leading by 17. Passes it to Snell. Back to Heinrich. And he banks in the layup. Heinrich's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball, really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
It's off his foot. And the ref's saying he kicked it. The Bulls making a switch here. Gibson's checked in.
Taj Gibson.
And Milwaukee has possession, trailing by 19. Middleton the pass to Bayless. The dish to Knight. Feeds to Henson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Knight. 9 feet out. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. McDermott with the screen for Heinrich. To the left side wing. Here's Mirotic. And too long on the shot.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Coach Jason Kidd taking over a young roster in Milwaukee. He said it's a lot of teaching. It's a process. These are young men that know how to play the game, but the NBA game is different. We want to get guys in big games so they can learn how to handle those situations. We feel we can do better than last year, and we will. Can he deliver, Kevin?
Great. Thanks, Doris.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here is Bayless. He's got 9. That one goes. Count. Bayless has got 4 points now in the quarter.
But they're going to take tough outside shots. I mean, they're better off just firing from the three-point line.
Yeah, I agree with it. I mean, if you're going to be back there near the three-point line, you might as well take the 3. Just step back and knock it down.
Now here's Gibson. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And Middleton kicks to Henson. Heinrich against Knight. Here's Henson. Power down with both hands. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
Here's Snell following the bucket by the Bucks. Back to Heinrich. Launches it. That's good. Heinrich's got 13 points.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Here's Knight. The shot is off. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's Chicago running away with it. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with Derek. And Derek, what are the most important things you've done defensively tonight to help your offensive approach?
Contesting their shots. They're a great three-point shooting team. We were just contesting, getting out and run. That's our favorite thing to do. Get out, run. We got bigs that can run, shooters on the floor, so open the floor up a little bit.
Derek, always explosive in transition. Thank you. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
I loved his approach, guys. He came out aggressively, took the ball into the teeth of the defense, and either got points at the rim or drew fouls.
most of the time he's been drawing fouls. He has the free throw total to show for it, as well as a few nicks and bruises.
So the Bulls 5 right now. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3, the small forward. Other than the big offensive struggles last year, the Bulls are pretty much how they have been the last few years.
Exactly, Kevin. A strong defense with excellent rebounding and togetherness. Just lacked a little offensive firepower.
Follow up with the Bulls' second in field goal percentage against still a top 10 team in rebounding.
And as you were saying, I agree. I mean, the Bulls definitely have a philosophy and system as to how they operate and manage the business. It seems as though everyone has bought in, and when that happens, it takes more than a couple of injuries to derail the team. They've stayed the course because they understand who they are and keep the expectations high no matter what circumstance they find themselves in.
Now here's Rose. Shot's good. Rose has got 22.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
Mayo kicks tonight. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. There's the screen to the left wing. He dishes it to Middleton. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Middleton's got 11 points.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Butler dishes to Noah. Top of the key, Rose. And he gets it to go. Rose has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
Milwaukee has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Knight against Rose. Here's Middleton, 11 points in the game. No one near Mayo as he lets it go. Here's Sanders, and it's blocked by Rose.
And the offense continues to struggle. Just one make in their 5 attempts.
Butler on the wing. 10 points for him. Into Noah. And he dunks it down.
And we're seeing the shots just dropping from everywhere right now.
Yeah, since halftime, Steve, they've been operating very efficiently.
The feed to Middleton. Butler against Mayo. Has to Knight. And Middleton kicks to Mayo. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. They get Paul Gasol.
O.J. Mayo, a smooth, long-range shooter with deep range. When he gets going, he can put up some big numbers.
And Mayo, 6'4", coming to the league. Some thought he could play the point guard position.
Yeah, but he's not a great penetrator or playmaker, and those are 2 things you have to do as a point guard. I think he's truly a shooting guard.
One more time, let him hear it.
Chicago leading by 23. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Kicks it to Butler. Right side, Butler. No good. Excellent D there for Mayo. Knight kicks to Sanders. Mayo with it. Butler covering. The Bucks working the ball around. The shot by Knight, no good.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Rebound, Milwaukee. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. Outside Rose. Left side Gasol. Outside Butler. Clock at 4. Here's Noah, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Joakim Noah, last season's Defensive Player of the Year. And for the Bulls, it really seemed like their defense and their offense revolved around Noah.
And Joakim Noah, as you said, the Defensive Player of the Year and the assist leader for the Bulls last season, playing the center position.
Yeah, that's why he deserved consideration for a spot on MVP ballots. The Bulls, without Rose, they lost Deng, and yet they still continued to win. I thought Noah's play and his inspiration and his desire played a big role in that.
Outside Rose. Outside Butler. He feeds it to Gasol. And he uses the glass on the layup. Gasol's got his second bucket tonight. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And here is Mayo. 5 points in the game. Knight for 3. It's hauled in by Noah. Playing a terrific game. A basket away from a double-double.
Yeah, solid outing for him. Some great numbers.
Butler passes to Dunleavy. Butler against Knight. A baseline J. Shots good by Butler. Butler's got 12. Mayo with it. Dishes it to Henson. And Sanders kicks to Mayo. Connects on the open J. He has 7.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Knight against Rose. Right side Rose. The pass to Noah. Inside to Gasol. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
A long wind-up and a strong follow-through on that one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up for sure.
No, that's too easy for him.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And O.J. Mayo again.
Boy, that was a strong pick by Sanders.
Bulls had gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Got that one up quick. 14 points for Butler.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
Bucks call timeout.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, you know, the less said about the Bucks at home this last year, the better. It was a season to forget, and their play at home was very forgettable.
The Bucks making a switch here. Marshall's checked in. And the Bulls making a change also. Taj Gibson's checked in for Pau Gasol. Marshall with it. Working on Rose. Marshall gets the bucket.
Bucks with just 10 wins all year at home a season ago. They knew it would be a tough year, but I don't think they thought it would be that bad.
Now here's Rose. He's got 24. Right side Rose. For 3, Dunleavy. A second chance effort. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Bulls.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
The other thing that's been huge for them is their points in the paint. They're getting the ball inside and converting on a regular basis.
And a chance here to check out how the Bucks ranked in the NBA last season. 11th in blocks, 17th in assists. As for three-point shooting, not a strong point for them. Top 20 in the league. They've got room for improvement in that area.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Heinrich comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Clock at 6. They grab their own miss. Sanders. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Obvious foul. Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
The Bucks have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. And he sinks the second. Well, the Bucks had a lot of problems in a lot of different areas last season.
And some distractions off the court as well. Even when you play at home, if you don't have a competitive roster and have distractions, then that's a recipe for big struggle.
Now here's Heinrich. 13 points in the game. Mirotic dishes to Heinrich. Mirotic sets the screen for Heinrich. Rose gets a wide open look. No good on the triple. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Jared Bayless is checked in for O.J. Mayo.
Jared Bayless.
Now, here's Marshall. He's covered by Rose. Pass to Bayless. Here's Sanders. Second shot opportunity. Bayless's shot is off.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Rose kicks to Heinrich. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there. The kick out to Rose. And again, no good by Chicago.
Very little success for him behind the arc today. Just 1 3-pointer in the first half and still none in the second.
Screen by Sanders. Bayless the pass to Henson. And Bayless kicks to Sanders. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in 3-point percentage last year. Number 5, the Bulls.
Seemed like they went through stretches, guys, where they just didn't miss from beyond the arc, and that carried those numbers right up to the top of the list.
After a 2012-13 season in which Larry Sanders received the 3rd most votes for most improved in the league, not to mention a 4-year, $44 million extension from the Bucks. Steve, a lot was expected last season.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot was not delivered. Injuries and various off-the-court issues kind of made it a season to forget for Sanders. So this year will be one of redemption. He needs to find that form from a couple of years ago.
Milwaukee with the ball. The Bulls getting the bucket. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Walters, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Now, Mirotic. It's tipped. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Butler's got 8 points in the quarter.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Over to the left wing. Here's Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
McDermott dishes to Mirotic. Fires from 14. Misses off the left iron. Milwaukee's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the 3rd. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And a wide open look for Sanders. Offline with the baseline jumper.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Gibson inside. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. Gibson's got 6.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
Screen by Sanders. And Heinrich riding the magic carpet all the way to the other end.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Here's Walters. They set the pick. Out to the wing. And Bayless kicks to Walters. Shot clock at 6. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Butler kicks to Heinrich. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Kirk Heinrich in his 12th season out of Kansas. Remember covering this guy in college. Still a quality defensive combo guard. At 6'4", tremendous IQ, anticipation really helps him at the defensive end. And he's, I think, a little underrated offensively, too.
Pachulia, he's checked in for the Bucks. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Snell's checked in. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Bayless. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J. And Heinrich playing big numbers for the Bulls last season. But Steve, his shooting percentages have started now to tail off over the last few years.
You know, I think his defense is really what keeps him on the court at this point, Kevin. Offensively, still a good playmaker and a decision maker, but he's not going to be a big scorer.
Now here's Gibson, and that one's good. Gibson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Middleton, the pass to Walters. To the paint. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And the first one drops.
Shooting for Milwaukee, Chris Middleton.
And he makes both free throws. Now here's Heinrich. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in.
Tune in Tuesday, November 11th. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
And at the end of the third... Chicago's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight, just a little over 40%. We've got Ilyasova, Carlos Delfino out there with Nate Walters. Then there's Pachulia, and it's O'Brien in at the power forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Here's Delfino, Brooks covering. No good from Delfino, and the shot is good. Pachulia's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Bucks.
It's a great play under the boards for him, and you know that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
The drive by Brooks. Rebound, Milwaukee. Pachulia's got his third rebound tonight. Ahead, flushes it down to finish the break.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
This one for 3. And again, Chicago, no good. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's Walters. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Nate Walters with an impressive rookie season for a second-round pick. Started about half of the season for the Bucks. I thought played with great composure, especially for a young player.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Marshall's checked in. And Walters, a low-mistake rookie, took care of the ball and set up his teammates.
You know, he focused really on making the simple play, and that's a good lesson for young players to learn. You're trying to find your way into the league. When you get opportunities, contribute and don't make mistakes.
Mirotic and Delfino pulls it down. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. He kicks it to Marshall. Over to the wing. Here's the 3. Delfino, and that's good.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And here is Brooks. Passes to Mirotic. Back to Brooks. Shot clock at 5. Right at the free throw line. Mirotic gets the bucket.
That kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Bucks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Pass to O'Brien. Lets it fly from 18. Can't hit, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Snell, that's good.
You know, there's been some debate over the idea of the quote-unquote hot hand. One study implied that it actually doesn't exist. I always felt as a player that, you know, as soon as I felt the ball go through the hoop a couple times, I was much more likely to make that next one.
Over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Marshall can't hit.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Here's Walters. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Well, that hot hand study, Clark, we were talking about a little bit earlier, they realized it didn't take into account how difficult the shots were. And, you know, hot players take those heat check shots.
Yeah, they do. They do. And not to mention, they draw more defensive attention once they get on the roll. So I think it comes back to common sense. Definitely try to get a hot player the ball, but above all else, you want quality shots.
O.J. Mayo is checked in for Nate Walters. Then for the Bulls, Noah comes in for Mirotic. And it's Heinrich in for Tony Snell. Heinrich dishes to Noah. Back to Heinrich. Heinrich, right side. Good. Heinrich's got 19 points.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
Delfino kicks to Marshall. The dish to Mayo. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Poke loose. Out of bounds. Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession.
14 seconds on the shot clock. 14.
Now here's Noah. He's tightly guarded. 5 to shoot. Heinrich kicks to McDermott. The shot. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down. Bucks have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. The shot is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Brooks with it. Heinrich outside. Feeds to Noah.
Well, jersey advertising, an idea that had been bandied about for a long while. Last season, in lieu of that, the league tested out advertising on the court apron for the first time, as well as a small ad on the top of the backboards. So the league, of course, always looking for new revenue streams.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Delfino passes to Marshall. He dishes it to Mayo. Lots of room. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. And that's 11 points for O.J. Mayo.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
Heinrich outside. Brooks outside. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
They've been getting way too many high percentage looks close to the basket, and tell you what, when they're getting them, they're converting.
You know, the play in the paint, an aspect of this game that has gone entirely their way.
And Marshall kicks to Mayo. Tries from 16. And it's Mayo again missing. Well, Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And that one's good.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Marshall. Brooks covering. Mayo into the lane. Misses in close.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
Now Marshall. The feed now to Ilyasova. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
It's so hard to try to play defense with the heightened mismatch out there that's on the perimeter, and they gave up the three-pointer.
Here's Brooks. Noah with a screen for Brooks. Kicks it to Noah. And Delfino pulls it down.
Ill-advised shot selection right there, Clark.
It really was. I mean, very low percentage shot there.
And here's Mayo from beyond the arc. And he gets it to go. Mayo's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, it's been a tale of two halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
Heinrich dishes to McDermott. Noah in the post. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Milwaukee needs to do a better job guarding against Noah.
He's got 12 rebounds and a decent little assist total for him, too.
Yeah, he's played really well, moving the ball around, and you'd like to see the rest of the team kind of get into that same passing groove that he's in. Well, the league's so focused on creating parity with the luxury tax and revenue sharing, but I think the max contract units encourage stars to team up. If you allow the true superstars to command a larger share of the cap, I think they'd be more likely to spread out.
Brooks kicks to McDermott. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Heinrich against Mayo. Here's McDermott. Connects in the foul line jumper. Well, when you talk, Clark, about superstar contracts, it's estimated that LeBron James is worth 4 times more than he makes in player salary.
I don't find that hard to believe. I mean, he's one of the biggest stars in all of sports when you think about the magnitude of his celebrity. But you don't need to increase max salaries to that level. Right now, vets are limited to about a third of the cap. If you boosted it to 40 or 50%, I think most star players would look for their own teams to carry.
Heinrich passes to Noah. Here's Bairstow. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Milwaukee's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. To the middle. McDermott with a steal. Down low, here's Heinrich. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Heinrich's got 21 in the game.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Now, here's Marshall. He feeds it to Delfino. To end the run, he squares up and sinks it. And here is Brooks. To the wing on the left. McDermott dishes to Brooks.
You know, the league seems pretty serious about creating more parity between the teams. A big sign of that was the last CBA, where the NBA more than tripled the amount of revenue sharing between the big market and the small market teams. The little guys, I think, are in a much better position now than they were a few years ago.
And Marshall kicks to Delfino. Stolen by Brooks. And now Brooks running the floor all by himself. And that is good. Brooks has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, it's a wrap, fellas. No way you come back in this one.
Not anymore. Any chance of that happening went out the window a while ago.
And Marshall kicks to Delfino. Now here's Marshall. Brooks covering. 6 on the shot clock. No one near Mayo as he lets it go. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Noah with a screen on Mayo. Stolen away, unhindered, going all the way.
And we head to the final buzzer in a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. This will go in the books as a really gaudy win for the Bulls.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
And that produced great fruit for them in transition.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
Well, they can chalk this win up, but things are far from settled between these two teams. They'll see each other 3 more times before the season is over.
And they say familiarity breeds contempt. As they get to know each other a little better, you imagine things will get heated up. Tonight was only chapter 1.
You look at the stats and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Rhodes. Now, there wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every opportunity he got.
Mayo the pass to O'Brien. Heinrich on the double team. No one near Mayo as he lets it go. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Inside, here's Bairstow. Second chance shot. And he makes good on the layup.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel and tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here.
Marshall dishes to Mayo. Now Pachulia. Outside Mayo from deep three-point range, misses the shot. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Derek, congratulations on a terrific win. What did Coach Thibodeau emphasize as the focal point of what the team needed to do?
Play defense. Even when we're going, we still got to play defense throughout the whole game. That's what Coach Tibbs always talk about. We're still working on it. And we're just trying to play team basketball, play defense together and offense together.
Derek, thank you. Kevin, surprise, surprise. Coach Thibodeau talking defense.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kirk Heinrich.